Hello, my name is Jonathan Baca, and today we're doing Project 1 analysis. I have gathered 4 images for us to analyze in detail today, and well, let's go ahead and get started right away. So, image 1 is World on Drugs. This is actually a album cover for an artist who is recently passed, Juice WRLD. Rest in peace, Juice. And this album cover, describes well, in the title of the album, World on Drugs. So to me, I think that each individual picture has, meaning to it. So here's, of course, the world. And to this, I'm assuming it's a cup of lean. And the lean is taking over the world. And the cup has bandages on it. So to me, that is saying that people are using lean to bandage things that have happened to them. They're using it as an escape route, like most drugs are used for. And revolving around the world is, flowers, and I'm assuming that's off of a trip of a high. There's, different types of pills in here. It could be ecstasy, Molly, stuff like that. Um, this is what the album covers, describing World on Drugs. It's saying the world has now become more evolutionized towards the drug industry. I believe that, here we are in 2020 and we're revolving around all these drugs. And again, I believe this album was from 2019, but still, it's describing the way of life in today's world and today's environment. Um, I think this is important to me though because I am growing up in this generation, and as completing high school and moving on to college, I see a lot of teens my age and older and younger doing these type of drugs. So it's affecting my generation, and I hope for the better they stop doing this sort of stuff and move on. But that's mainly why it's important to me. Um, this is just something that our generation has developed, and here's an artist who actually passed away from the overdose of drugs, sharing that the world is on drugs, and the bandages. I think he's representing himself as being a person who was very depressed and just things like that, and the drugs made it all seem better. So we're gonna move on to the second one. So the second image is actually an image of Donald J. Trump. He is our 45th president of the United States. Now, this image in particular shows Trump glancing out to his left with his left hand above his right hand and the American flag in the background. So to me, this is showing, some sort of prosperity. It's like a very formal picture of our president, and it's showing like he stands in front of America. He's our leader. It's a very prideful and powerful picture to represent America. I think the glance he's looking at is he's looking ahead, and he's very proper and stern in his positioning, looking ahead for the United States, for America. So this has a lot of meaning to me because, and once again, it has to do with our generation. Our generation has got to see a lot of things, and the presidential battle in 2016 was one for the history books, where Trump took over Hillary Clinton for the spot of the presidency. Um, this is just so controversial and so amazing to see in a lifetime. Nothing like this has ever happened before. And a lot of people shun on Trump for everything that he's done, but what I'm most happy about is that I've got to live through something that's going to be in the history book, something so controversial as this. And I think that majority of the people are kind of arrogant towards the president and stuff that he does. Now, not every president's going to be perfect, but some people fail to see that. So this is to me as a justification of the president and his rights. So we're going to move on to the third image. Well, the third image is more of a text. It's a quote. Timothy 4:7. I have fought the good fight. I have finished the race. I have kept the faith. So this is a quote out of the Bible, obviously. Timothy. To me, I picked this simply because this is one of my favorite quotes in the Bible. For me, it's the end of the race. It's you're done at this point, and this is it. So this is what I look forward to in my future. I want to accomplish life and say, well, I did it. Timothy 4:7. I fulfilled myself, and this is one of my biggest goals. Like I can't express enough how much I'm looking forward to seeing I accomplish this goal when I move on with my life, retire, or succeed even in college. Because this is meant for big chapters of your life, and I just it's very personable to me. So you can look and at the image that they use to glorify the tone of the text itself. So they used, very spiritual. And you look at the heavens, you see the sky. The sky is a different color. It's using trees. It's a very beautiful picture, and they're using that to express what the words mean. It adds a touch of tone and a touch of context to it. And now we're gonna move on to the last one. So the last one is I titled it "Social Media Consequences." To me, this is a very very powerful image. You can obviously see the cell phone and a guy being crucified on the cell phone with numerous social media platforms. Like on his top right hand, it's Twitter. Top left hand is just a simple call, and Facebook on the bottom left foot, and Instagram on the bottom right, this foot, and it's just crucifying him onto a cell phone. To me, this is saying that people are losing themselves and they're being crucified by the social media platforms. I feel like the author is expressing himself by saying that, we are reluctant to get off of our phones. We're always on there doing something, and whether it's social media or texting or calling, and this is the consequence of it. We're blinded, and this is what's going to be our future if we stay on it. I feel like that's the message the author gives. And once again, I chose this because of my generation. Just being in a world where 10 years ago, touchscreen was barely a new thing, and now we're so advanced. We all have these iPhones, Samsung Galaxies, and it's just such an advanced platform, and we're all very, very intrigued by them. And we never off our phones, and a lot of us don't know face-to-face connection anymore. So it's saying we are held down, we are captured by our devices and the apps on them. And this is just a very powerful message. And that's going to actually do it for Project One analysis. I analyzed the four images, and I hope you see everything that I saw within the images, and hope you agree with me. Thank you.